Hi, today we're gonna do effect processing. I have been trying to record videos, but like, things will happen, like I get interrupted and stuff, and I know I can like cut, but like it just kind of ruins, the mood of making music for me right now. And I actually haven't been making too much music right now. I'm taking a bit of a break, because like I had to do like music really competitively for like a little while, to get into university. So I've been accepted and everything, so I'm just trying to like take a break from music because I don't want to overdo it. But so yeah, today we're gonna look at processing sounds here. Effect sounds. I'm gonna show you how to process effect sounds in a track. So if I were to actually just do a brand new Bitwig project here with nothing done in it, and I were to import 2 samples into Bitwig, this is how I would set up my effects. Basically, I like to make a group for them, so I'll select them both and like Control G, or I make a group and I'll just label it like FX, and now I have my effects in here, so I'll put like pretty much everything that isn't like a direct instrument in here. So even if I use like a serum or something and I craft some sort of silly sound that's not actually like an instrument, I'll sometimes stick it in here. So but I usually use like things from the Leviathan pack because it's like the best thing Black Octopus has on their thing, and it sounds really nice. I like the sounds out of it. Yeah, so on the FX channel, I'll usually put down a limiter, like a peak limiter here. So I already have, I mix everything at negative 10 decibels. So what I do is I put the ceiling of the peak limiter at negative 10. And then I kind of like leave the release around like 250. And then I'll add a reverb. Like so. And then I'll add like a side chain at the end. That I'm not actually, oh, that's not it. A side chain at the end and give it like all these values and stuff, which I'm not really doing right now. I'm just kind of like showing you like basically it's gonna look something like that. And then yeah, but I'm not going to put it on because I'm not going to sidechain. So I do the reverb with like quite a bit of width. And then probably like a 1.8 decay time, a little bit more high end. And the mix probably around 40. So then that way the sound comes out like this. Versus, so it's like already quick mixed into everything. And also what I'll do before the peak limiter is throw down an EQ. And I'll usually like just real quick get rid of this stuff here. But if you do this, if you try to put like some sort of impact here, where am I going? In here. If you try to like go find an impact, a lot of them are really bassy, like the ones I have at least. So like if I threw something like that in here, see how it's like kind of killed. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll make like a separate effects channel for like low, and then I'll bring like the same stuff over, and then I'll put them in here, except instead of cutting that, I'll actually just go ahead and cut this around 10. Or no. I lied. I don't think I cut it at all, actually. I'd probably cut out the reverb part, but and then I would put them in a master group, get rid of each individual limiter, and like make a master limiter kind of thing. And then I would, yeah, it gets complicated if I do it like that. So I usually just stick with just the FX, and then I'll process the sound individually based on its needs. But that's one quick way you could set it up. So I usually don't throw the EQ on. I'll just do that afterwards. So what I wanted to show you is, so that's just a way to quick mix them in, right? So what I like to do on my instruments themselves is I like to say something like this, right? It gets like more echoey as it comes out. What I like to do is I actually like to reverse that. So I'll put like good width on it and then like blah blah blah, put 3 seconds on the reverb. And then I will change the mix. So I'll basically start at like max width here. Or mix, I mean. And I'll put it to towards the end, probably like the last 80% of it, and then I'll do that, and then kind of like that. And then I'll then that comes before the drop or whatever. Come making it more mono before the drop, which is a cool trick for like bringing in like the intensity, I guess. And then when you're coming out of a drop, what's nice is if you switch that around in the drop. If you switch that around like so. So like you have a drop, all this crazy stuff going on while this riser comes in. It's like super mono. But then it starts fading out. And that's when you would make like your break. And then it comes out with like all this rush of like reverb. Like that. And then you go into like the breakdown or whatever. So that's one thing I like to do. So, and then also with white noise, one of my more favorite things to do with it is I'll go at it, use Bitwig's awesome LFO mod, throw in a tool, and then I'll take these LFOs here and hook them up to it. So I'll do this like I'll start at 1 hertz here. I'll automate this with the bottom one, because the bottom one will actually, well, if I put on time in seconds, we'll do it again. No, it only does it when you have it on beats for you have to have it on beats for some reason when you do audio, because if not, it doesn't process right. And I want it to be like consistent more or less. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter if I start at 1 hertz or whatever. So I'll add this to automation lane. I'm going to use it to affect the amplitude of the tool by 36. If I can ever get that number like that. I'll drag it down to 0, make it non-bipolar. So it's just in out. I'll grab the bottom one, put it on like beats and make it like 2 bars. Like that. And then I'll hook that up to the panning and make that bipolar. And then now I've got this fanciness here, and I'll basically add automation for that, and then I'll go into the automation here and do this. Oops. Start at the 1 hertz and make our way up to like 30 or something. Bring it down a little bit. Which has a cool effect to it. And even that, like what I could also do is use this at the same time here to make this is my favorite thing to do, because it's just you get all this white noise and you get all this big mess of frequencies. So I like to mix those together, those 2 tactics together, and I'll use this for like an intro or something, and then like that. You can even slow this down if you wanted to, like here or something. Depends on what you want. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show for doing FX. Just real simple stuff. Just to make like a little difference with your sound effects to make them sound less like straight out. You can like LFO mod pretty much like everything. LFO mod this one too. Sounds even cooler when you have like harmonic content. Like that sound okay. You'd mix that in with like maybe like a more steady riser or like white noise that didn't have maybe white noise that only had the reverb on it here. Oh, that's not the reverb though. That only had the reverb. And you could get like this sort of dealio. And of course, like, I guess made that so they're proper volumes and stuff, but probably didn't slow it down as much. And yeah, this is what I want to show you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to start getting a video out like every 2 days at most, and then hopefully like one a day. Depends on how like inspired I am to make music. I'm sure they'll pick up like very soon. So yeah, thanks for watching.